Now, Good Morning Northwest, violence at an MLK celebration. What led to a mass shooting that left 8 people injured?
We got a fairly nice break today. It's going to be clouds. Winds are going to be light, but another round of showers is going to be moving our way. When and where? That's coming up.
And Spokane Valley firefighters are asking voters to renew a levy. How many fire stations could be in danger of closing if it's not renewed? You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Good morning and thanks for being with us. I'm Derek Dice. Rod Mance will be back tomorrow. It is Tuesday, January the 17th. Mark Peterson here now with a look at that first alert forecast for a mostly dry Tuesday.
Yeah, it's not going to be too bad. We're starting off, again, for this time of year, 33 degrees, mild. We should be into the mid-20s. Looking at the 4 things we need to know. Cloudy and cool today, not cold. Light snow continuing into the higher elevations of Idaho. We're really seeing that south of I-90 crossing into Montana. We're going to see rain and snow moving through the region tomorrow. Talk about the timing there. And then next week is going to be colder than this week. Live satellite and radar. It is the energy here into areas of Idaho and, again, on that state line into Montana. I-90 looking pretty good. Lookout Pass is looking really good as well if you're traveling. But through St. Regis and then getting into Missoula, you're going to find some winter driving conditions. For us here in eastern Washington, North Idaho today, we're going to see really temperatures that are going to be relatively mild. Again, on average, we should be about 5 degrees cooler than this. 37 in Spokane, 36 Coeur d'Alene, 37 in St. Mary's. Pullman, 39, but you're starting this morning off into the mid-20s. Here's a look at the next 12 hours. We're going to see temperatures really hovering into the mid-30s throughout much of the day. You see that temperature at 3 o'clock at 37 degrees. That is our high today.
And from the Breaking Now desk, this morning, police are investigating a shooting that left 8 people injured in Fort Pierce, Florida. It happened at around 5 o'clock p.m. yesterday at a block party where more than 1,000 people were celebrating MLK Jr. Day. Now, this is a look at the official press release from the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office. Take a look. Police say 8 people were injured during the celebration, and 1 person is in critical condition. 4 others were injured as they were fleeing the scene. St. Lucie detectives believe the shooting was a result of a dispute between 2 parties in a park. Police say evidence suggests there were 2 different areas from where gunshots were fired and that there was more than one shooter.
There was mass chaos there. There were people laying behind cars, laying behind anything they could lay behind. It was kind of hard to tell who was a victim and who was just hiding at that point. But our deputies did start to render aid on multiple people.
The incident marks the 30th mass shooting in the country this year. That's according to the Gun Violence Archive. Right now, police are still interviewing witnesses and gathering evidence. No arrests have been made and no suspects have been named at this time. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
All right, Sydney, thank you. A local fire department is now asking voters for help to continue life-saving work in the community. Spokane Valley is expanding quickly, and Spokane Valley Fire wants to renew an existing levy to ensure fast response times on urgent calls. Destiny Richards is in studio now to explain why the fire district is pushing for the renewal and how this will impact your safety.
Yeah, people living in a community near Spokane Valley say they are now seeing more car crashes and fires than ever before. The Spokane Valley Fire Department says it needs another 4 years of support from voters to continue to save lives. Over the last 10 years, the call volume has risen nearly 80%, putting a strain on Spokane Valley firefighters. And the fire chief says it's time to renew funding on a maintenance and operation levy.
Providing more paramedic firefighters specifically. More firefighter EMTs and more units in order to respond to calls.
Taxpayers are already paying for this levy now, $1.66 in 2022. If it passes, $25 million earmarked every year, $1.08 per $1,000 assessed home value. Based on a $400,000 home, the Spokane County assessor says taxpayers will pay $435 a year. The levy expires every 4 years, and if it doesn't get passed, Spokane Valley Fire will have to lay off more than 60 people and close 3 fire stations. Coming up, why one woman who has lived in Spokane Valley for decades hopes that's not the case. Reporting in studio, Destiny Richards, 4 News Now.
All right, Destiny, talk to you in a bit. 2 paramedics in Illinois have been charged in the death of a patient in their care. Disturbing new body camera footage shows some of the final moments of 35-year-old Earl Moore Jr.'s life. Peter Cadigan and Peggy Finley are both charged with first-degree murder. Paramedics arrived after a 911 call alleging Moore was going through alcohol withdrawal. They spoke very aggressively to Moore and refused to move him.
Because I am seriously not in the mood for this dumb. You're gonna have to walk because we ain't carrying you.
No! Stand up.
The officers eventually helped carry Moore outside. The EMTs then strapped him to a stretcher face down. Moore died in a hospital emergency room. An autopsy found his cause of death to be homicide, specifically compressional and positional asphyxia due to prone face-down restraint. Experts say basic training for EMTs typically includes learning the dangers of that position.
It was completely against protocol. To literally be thrown face down on the stretcher, as this individual was, and then have the straps tightened in that position. For this type of condition, there was absolutely no indication for that.
Lifestar Ambulance Service, the company that employs those two EMTs, says they have no comment after their arrest. If convicted, they could face up to 60 years behind bars. Well, lawmakers could address an 80-million-year-old issue here in Washington, naming an official state dinosaur. If approved, the bill would make the Suchosaurus rex the state's official dinosaur. The discovery in 2012 was the only dinosaur fossil ever found in the state. It's named after the Sucha Islands in the San Juans, where the fossil was discovered. The Burke Museum says the reason more dinosaurs aren't found in Washington is because at the time, much of what is now Washington was underwater. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:06, and Mark Peterson is standing by with a look at some of the wind conditions. It doesn't look too bad.
I'm going to call it the Sushi-saurus.
Sushi? It's a little different meaning.
Yeah, a little different meaning. We don't have a lot of wind. That's helping this mid-30s temperature sort of feel like that without any wind chill. It's going to be a calm start to the day. We do have some above average temperatures. We'll talk about that coming up.
And the Martin Luther King Jr. Unity March returned to downtown Spokane. How families gather to make sure Dr. King's message of unity is passed down to future generations. It's right after the break.
Stream 4 News now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Chewelah Casino continues to be the place that treats you right in 2023. Earn entries now by playing your favorite games to win a share of $8,600 cash and a big screen smart TV. Prize drawings start at 5 p.m. Saturday, January 28th. Sports betting, table games, food, and jackpots. Chewelah Casino, we are the place that treats you right. 100% non-smoking, north of Spokane on Highway 395.
Just like your car needs regular maintenance and oil changes, so does your home's heating and cooling systems. Bill's Heating and Air has assembled a large group of highly skilled service technicians just for this. Servicing the greater Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area will maintain your equipment to ensure performance and efficiency. Not to mention increase the life of your system. With the number of technicians available, we can meet your emergency outages within 24 hours. Bill's Heating and Air, the home of the $59 service call. Call now and schedule your maintenance or service needs.
We all have to-do lists that can be a mile long, especially when we're short on time.
Come to Kroner Furniture during our January clearance sale and check some items off.
Do you need to find the best place to binge that show or finally read that book? Check.
The perfect venue for family game night. Check.
While you are here, check out our great selection on everything from bedroom sets to coffee tables, all at low January clearance sale prices.
Great selection and low prices. Check.
Kroner Furniture's January clearance sale, going on now.
Communities in School surrounds kids with a community of support to achieve success in school and life.
CIS provides critical resources like food, clothing, and tutoring so kids can focus on their education. CIS helps kids succeed inside the classroom and beyond.
Numerica is honored to partner with organizations like Communities in Schools who enhance lives, fulfill dreams, and build communities.
Check out more organizations that make our community stronger at numericacu.com.
Life is full of tough times for all of us. And for those struggling with anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, or mental health issues, it can be too much to handle sometimes. Luckily, help and hope are closer than you know. Inland Northwest Behavioral Health provides compassionate inpatient and outpatient care that empowers wellness and inspires hope. Just walk in or call. There's no referral needed. We're here to help. Inland Northwest Behavioral Health. We will get through this. Find out how we can help today.
4 News Now. Expect more on air, online, and on the app.
All right, welcome back. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. At least 6 people, including a teenage mother and her 6-month-old baby, are dead after an early morning massacre in the town of Goshen, California. The Tulare County Sheriff says the shooting happened at 3:30 Monday morning. Responding deputies say there were survivors. The sheriff's office says the attack may be linked to gang activity, noting it comes a week after deputies executed a narcotics search warrant at the home. A spokesman for the sheriff's office says it appears to be a cartel-style execution, though they cannot confirm the shooters were from the cartel. Detectives are now looking for at least 2 suspects. Multiple sources say there could be more searches ahead for classified documents at locations connected to President Joe Biden. Biden's team has searched a private office in Washington, D.C. and his 2 homes in Delaware, where the White House says files may have been shipped during Biden's 2017 transition out of office as vice president. They found about 20 classified documents. The sources say more searches are possible, but it's not clear who would conduct them or where they would take place. Biden has used other office spaces, and his family had rented another home in Northern Virginia. Cryptocurrencies are rebounding after getting pummeled by losses for the better part of last year. This is prompting speculation that the so-called crypto winter, the digital asset world's equivalent of a bear market, is over. Bitcoin, the world's most popular crypto, is up 25% over the past month, hovering above $20,000 for the first time since November, following the collapse of the crypto trading platform FTX.
Hi, good morning, everybody. So it's Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. It's going to be a cloudy and cool day today. We're not expecting anything other than some patchy morning fog. A few layers needed. Take it easy out there. Our high today is 37 degrees.
Well, the Spokane community gathered for the Martin Luther King Day Unity March, returning to downtown after a 2-year hiatus. The day of service started with a rally inside the convention center where young people took the stage to share a message of unity.
It's a matter of just showing love, being that love, and really just being able to hopefully instill that in him as well, and him carrying it on for the next generation.
Now, following the march, people gathered inside the convention center for a resource fair. There were other MLK Day events throughout the city. Neat to see it back. Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:12. It's been a wild ride for the housing market. Coming up, if you're looking for a new home, we'll take a look at what could be on the horizon for prospective buyers this year. And here is a live look at the Washington Water Power Building in downtown Spokane. We're back with Mark's full forecast coming up right after this.
4 News Now is brought to you by Shriners Children's Spokane, the most amazing care anywhere.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Hey Kylie, check out this great looking Subaru Forester.
Yeah, this is nice.
It's stylish on the outside with a roomy interior and plenty of storage space. Plus, because of the higher ground clearance, it's much easier to slide in and out of. Visit parkersubaru.com or drop by the dealership to learn more about the numerous standard driver assist and safety features. See the Subaru Forester and receive your no-problem customer experience at Parker Subaru and beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
It's time. Time to set your eyes free. Free from limitations in your vision. Free from glasses and contacts. Free to see your best and be your best. It's time to smile. Smile is state-of-the-art laser vision correction, or LVC for short. Smile is easy on the eyes. It's bladeless, flapless, and effortless.
Contact Empire Eye Physicians today to learn more about Smile, the new alternative to LASIK.
Weather Alert Days on 4 News Now.
That means weather that could be a threat to your family's safety.
The First Alert Weather Team pinpoints the most impactful and dangerous days, warning you early, on air and online. Weather Alert Days, another way we're keeping you safe on 4 News Now.
Frozen water pipes are a serious risk during cold winter weather. When water freezes in a pipe, it can be a disaster for your home and your wallet. If you're not properly prepared, don't wait until it's too late. At Mainstream, we know exactly what it takes to keep your family safe during the cold season. So call or visit us online today.
Catton. He's got Weinstein driving the net. Catton comes in, shoots, and scores! Quick shot, rebound,
This Saturday in the Spokane Arena, it's Military Appreciation Night presented by Pizza Factory. Your Spokane Chiefs take on the Victoria Royals as we honor the men and women of America's armed forces. Plus, it's a family feast night with $2 hot dogs, Coca-Cola products, and more all game long. For tickets and game times, go to SpokaneChiefs.com. That's SpokaneChiefs.com.
All right, welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In Seattle, metal thieves are now finding a new target: electric vehicle charging stations. Seattle City Light says this is a problem on the rise. Since March of last year, it says 8 of its charging stations have been hit. They believe it has to do with the copper in the cables.
They are taking the metal and they are turning it in for monetary gain. Unfortunately, the amount of money that they're really gaining is nominal. It's about $10.
So they get the $10, but the cost to replace those cables comes at a price tag of $2,000 plus another $500 to have them installed. Crime Stoppers of Puget Sound says copper theft has been a problem for decades, and electric vehicle chargers are just another way for thieves to get a hold of it.
It's a charging cable, anywhere from 6 to 10 to 12 feet. They cut that up in 2 to 6 foot lengths and haul it out quickly and then strip it and then go sell it to a fence.
Seattle City Light is looking at other ways to stop cable thefts, like increasing security around access to chargers and a pilot program for curbside stations. Well, last year was a wild ride for the housing market. Mortgage rates doubled, sales plummeted, and many would-be buyers were left sidelined. In recent months, though, prices have cooled off from their blockbuster gains from the spring of 2020 to the spring of 2022. Experts say the direction of the market this year will be determined by the inventory, broader economy, and mortgage rates. According to Freddie Mac, the 30-year fixed-rate mortgage averaged 6.33% last week. That's down from 7% from last fall, but well above the 3.45% from a year ago. The CEO of Rocket Mortgage says relatively high mortgage rates have caused homeowners to reconsider selling their homes. That's leading to higher competition for those fewer homes on the market.
Not seeing 15 offers on one home at this point in time. We're starting to see prices come down a little bit in certain markets.
So when would be a good time to buy a home this year? Experts say to avoid the spring selling season, when homes tend to sell for a seasonal premium when buyers are committed to getting it done. All right, you are taking a look here over downtown Spokane, maybe the Monroe Street Bridge there. Is that what we're looking at? Or the Post Street Bridge, perhaps. One of the bridges through downtown. In any case,
it's a bridge too far is what it is.
Yeah, we've got some visibility issues, but nothing too bad.
We've got a lot of moisture in the atmosphere. Again, we've had a lot of melt off and that rain. And so, yeah, we have cool temperatures and limited visibility as you head west out of Spokane. Highway 2, usually one of the suspects around Davenport into Ritzville, Moses Lake, showing some dense fog. So as you're traveling in these areas, there is also the potential in some of those protected valleys where they don't have de-ice on there, potential black ice. So we just really want you to take it easy. Right now, Coeur d'Alene sitting at 34 degrees, relatively good visibility. Some areas of fog there. We have areas of fog on the West Plains, and we're sitting at 33 degrees. We're holding steady there. We'll see our temperatures increase to 37. Not going to be too bad. This is going to be an official high downtown. You're going to have temperatures nearing 40 degrees. 32 for the overnight low. More potential fog tomorrow morning. And again, we don't have any winds for a mix out, so that's what we've got going on there. Forecast radar. Okay, we're going to see, all right, the potential for this next system to really start coming in, and that's going to be here looking at Wednesday 9 a.m. and it's going to go away. Then we're going to see that next round coming in tomorrow at 4 p.m. with isolated and scattered showers that could have isolated scattered snow showers in our area, but the mountains are definitely going to get snow. And then for Thursday, we should be good. Now, let's look at another model. This one is a little more sensitive. So as it goes through, we see that potential for snow. That's going to be for Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. And you see that all the way up. So again, this one's dialed in a little differently. We do see 7 p.m. again with that chance of snow or rain snow mixed. as that pushes through, could last through Thursday morning with light snow. Now, not looking for accumulations here that are heavy by any of the computer models, but I'm just showing how this has the potential to change, and we're going to keep an eye on it for you. 33 in Spokane right now. We're sitting at 34 into Coeur d'Alene. Again, Moses Lake, you're at 32. You've got some dense fog in some places. It's 26 into the Tri-Cities. We look at our highs today, talking about that near 40 downtown. We're going to see that roll all the way into Liberty Lake, 36 Hayden. Meade's going to be at 39 degrees. Get South Spangle, 37 degrees. But we're going to see some of that fog in and around areas of Fairchild onto the West Plains. So just take it easy. That's just we're only in mid-January. 37 today, 40 tomorrow. And again, that mix we talked about with rain or snow, it's going to dry out and cool down Thursday at 35. Over the weekend, we're going to have temperatures in the mid-30s during the day, overnight lows into the mid-20s, which means if you're a skier, you're going to have some pretty good groomers up there. They're going to be holding on to that snow, and that's going to be really good news. Now, they've had a couple of inches, in fact, a couple days ago, as many as 6 inches of fresh snow. Yeah. They're going to hold on to that this week, and we're going to see some pretty good skiing for the weekend. Just for those looking at, I've talked about some people going, I want to go snowboarding. This is going to be a great weekend to be those first timers.
All right. I need to get back up as well. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:21 on the dot. The Gonzaga men have landed another international big man, this time from Korea. We'll tell you who he is and when you can expect to see him in uniform. And the Jazz continue to climb in the rankings, where they're at this week following their 11th straight win. It's coming up after the break in sports. Thanks for waking up with Good Morning Northwest here on your Tuesday morning. We'll be right back.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Lookout Pass has doubled with 500 more acres, 14 new trails, and a second quad lift. We still have the best powder, and we're still the most affordable, as low as $52 for adults and $42 for youth. Visit skilookout.com for more.
At Gold Seal Plumbing, we do one thing, and we do it well. We're plumbers. In fact, we're the largest plumbing company in the region, and we're proud to say we've been voted the best plumbing company since 2009. We give you upfront pricing so you know exactly what you'll pay before we start. And we do everything from drain cleaning to trench and sewer repair. So if you want your plumbing done right the first time, call a plumber. And call the best. Call Gold Seal Plumbing. We're on our way.
Happy Take and Bake Tuesday!
Every Tuesday at Papa Murphy's, you can get any large pizza for just $12, which makes Tuesday the best day to bring home all your favorites.
We might have too many favorites.
Do you guys have a favorite child?
I have a favorite son.
It's me, right?
At Papa Murphy's, we make great pizza, so you can make the pizza great. Order now at papamurphys.com.
Let's wave the flag together. Hello, I'm Mark Peterson with 4 News Now, presenting the Great American Flag Swap. Bring your old tattered flag to Dave Smith in Kellogg, Idaho on January 25th, and in exchange, you'll receive a new American-made flag from Uncle Sam's Flag and Gift.
Dave Smith Motors has been serving the local community for over 50 years, and we're proud to support the Great American Flag Swap. If you've visited our dealership in the Silver Valley, you know how much we value our country and its national symbol of freedom. Dave Smith Motors, honoring our veterans and all who serve.
That's good advice. Checkmate.
Winning requires strategy and precision to anticipate your opponent's every move. If you've been seriously injured, the attorneys you have on your team may be the difference whether you win or lose. Don't leave it to chance. Call us today. We'll review your case for free. Craig Swap and Associates. One call, that's all.
Lookout Pass has doubled. 500 more acres, 14 new trails, and a second quad lift. We still have the best powder, and we're still the most affordable. On Bring a Friend Thursdays at Lookout Pass, get 2 full-day lift tickets for just $75. Visit skilookout.com.
Just 6 weeks ago, the Gonzaga Bulldogs were sitting at 5-3 and fell out of the top 15. Fast forward to this week, and they've quietly crept their way all the way back to being one of the top teams in the nation. In the latest Associated Press Top 25 poll, Gonzaga comes in at number 6. Over the past week, they put together impressive wins at BYU and then a blowout victory against Portland on Saturday night. The Bulldogs have now put together 11 wins in a row after losing to Baylor in early December. We're still a few weeks away from the NCAA Tournament Committee releasing releasing that initial top 16 teams. And when they do, that's going to give us a better idea of where the Zags stand as we approach March Madness. And today, the program announced the addition of Jun-Soo Kyo from South Korea. He will enroll at school this semester and train with the team, but won't play until next season. At the 2021 FIBA U19 World Cup, Yo averaged a tournament high 25 points a game while bringing in more than 10 rebounds, and actually played against former Bulldog Chet Holmgren during that tournament. He previously attended the NBA Global Academy in Australia before graduating from Yongsan High School in Seoul.
Yeah, you wonder if he'll draw the kind of Asian media attention that Rui Hachimura did. A basketball jersey worn by Kobe Bryant is expected to fetch up to $7 million at auction. The LA Lakers star wore it more than 25 times during the 2007-2008 season, captured in an iconic photo showing Bryant screaming in excitement during a game against the Denver Nuggets in the playoffs. If any bidder pays that $7 million, it would be the second highest price ever paid for a basketball jersey. The highest price went to a jersey worn by Michael Jordan during the 1998 NBA Finals. We'll talk about a leap of faith here. Revelers on horseback leapt over huge bonfires in central Spain in a ceremony known as Las Luminarias. 100 horses galloped through the region's narrow cobblestone streets, which, according to tradition, purifies the animals with the smoke and flames of the bonfires for the coming year. The event takes place every January 16th. That's the eve of St. Anthony's Day, Spain's patron saint of animals. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:26. Before we head to another break, here's your first look at what's coming up on Good Morning America, starting at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a Marine veteran stepping in to save a stolen pet Yorkie being held for ransom.
One of my dogs was missing, and someone sent me a video of them in a cage. I don't even know how I would react.
Raquel Witherspoon's Yorkie, Avery, was taken from her front yard.
He's a family member. He's my grandson, and that's her son. And we had him for 3 years. He means the world to us.
Richard McAmer says the intelligence training he learned as a Marine helped him track down the dog nappers and the pup.
It's just understanding, what information you have and how you could possibly use that information to, get more valuable information. Just where to go looking for it is really the key.
And coming up at 7 a.m., with dog thefts on the rise, what you can do to keep your furry friend safe. With your GMA First Look, I'm Eva Pilgrim, ABC News, New York.
Struggling with the highs and lows of bipolar 1? Ask about Vraylar. Because you are greater than your bipolar 1. And you can help take control of your symptoms with Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Vraylar treats depressive, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Proven full spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms. And in Vraylar clinical studies, most saw no substantial impact on weight. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction, or uncontrollable muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, weight gain, and high cholesterol may occur. Movement dysfunction and restlessness are common side effects. Sleepiness and stomach issues are also common. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. Ask about Vraylar and learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel.
Home. It's both a place and a feeling. At yours, you strive to make new memories, create traditions, share stories, find the fun, embrace the surprises, and celebrate moments big and small. Memories are made at home, in every room, in every moment. Make your house feel like home at the Tin Roof.
Nothing adds more elegance or transforms a room better than the luxurious look of engineered hardwood or laminate flooring from the experts at Windsor Plywood.
It's time to shop for wood.
If you're remodeling or redecorating, come check out our selection of moisture-resistant laminates with great discounts on all moldings, so you can give your home, office, or cabin a new look in the new year.
Windsor Plywood.
with 2 locations in Spokane.
The boats are back. It's time to have fun. It's a live, in-person show, 4 big days from Thursday through Sunday, January 26th to the 29th at the Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Summer fun on the water is just around the corner, so bring the whole family. That's right, it's back, live and in person. From big to small, you'll see it all at the 2023 Spokane Boat Show. The boats are back. Learn more at SpokaneBoatShow.com.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
All right, we're taking a look at some of the stories people are reading about online this morning in the 4 News Now story tracker. Police are investigating a shooting that left 8 people injured. Excuse me. It happened in a block party in Fort Pierce, Florida, where more than 1,000 people were celebrating Martin Luther King Jr. Day. The incident marks the 30th mass shooting in the country this year, according to the Gun Violence Archive. No arrests have been made and no suspects have been named. Actor Jeremy Renner is home from the hospital after his snowplow accident. The Marvel star was injured on New Year's Day while clearing snow from the driveway at his Nevada home. According to the 911 call log, Renner's upper torso was crushed by a snowcat vehicle. He underwent 2 surgeries and is continuing to recover. The mayor of Kingstown star replied to a Twitter post from the show saying, "Outside of my brain fog and recovery, I was very excited to watch episode 201 with my family at home." Season 2 of that show premiered on Sunday. Well, good morning, Northwest. I'm Derek Dice. Robin Nance has the morning off. It is Tuesday, January 17th. Mark Peterson is here, though, with a look at that first alert forecast for a pretty dry Tuesday.
Yeah, it's not going to be too bad dry sky-wise, but we do have some patchy fog. And, again, we've had reports of some black ice in the outlying areas. De-icer trucks, we've seen those on these cameras, 34 degrees into Coeur d'Alene. We're sitting at 33 degrees, and we have that low cloud deck. Here are the 4 things you need to know as we get going on this Tuesday. It's going to be cloudy and cool today, but not cold. Light snow will continue into parts of Idaho. Right now, it's south of I-90 going into Montana. Rain or snow tomorrow. We're going to talk about the timing there, and it's going to be colder the next week, but it's not going to be the cold we saw in December. Satellite and radar. It is definitely just around I-90 as you cross down into St. Regis and make your way into Missoula. The rest of our area is looking pretty good, and road conditions on 4th of July Pass and also on Lookout Pass looking pretty nice as well. Certainly for this time of year, they're in pretty good shape. 37 will be our high today, 36 into Kellogg. Pullman, you're going to be at 39 degrees. Cloud cover. We're going to see that throughout the region. And in fact, our high today officially 37 with clouds. We're expecting temperatures to be near 40 in downtown Spokane and Coeur d'Alene.
And new from the Breaking Now desk, newly uncovered social media posts painting a clearer picture of who Bryan Kohberger was as a teen, years before he was charged with killing 4 University of Idaho students. The New York Times first reporting on posts believed to be written by Kohberger between 2009 and 2012, where he shared struggles with mental health. Kohberger writing in 2011, "As I hug my family, I look into their faces, I see nothing. It is like I'm looking at a video game, but less." Kohberger also writing he experienced depression, a constant thought of suicide, crazy thoughts, and delusions of grandeur, saying, "I feel no emotion, and along with the depersonalization, I can say and do whatever I want with little remorse." Kohberger also chatted with other users about a neurological condition called visual snow. The condition is where a person sees dots across their line of sight, similar to static on a television. He posted in 2010 saying, "My mind is never not on visual snow. This whole thing has made me crazy. I feel like my life is pointless because people can think about times with parents, childhood memories, and be happy, and I won't be able to." In 2012, in his account's final post on the forum, Kohberger wrote that he had finally accepted his condition, saying, quote, "It doesn't scare me anymore." Overnight, his former attorney in Pennsylvania told ABC News he is still in touch with Kohberger's family and says his mother is still supportive of her son. Right now, Kohberger has not entered a plea. He is currently being held without bail and is due back in court on June 26th. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
All right, some disturbing details there for sure. In Olympia, a pair of heartbroken parents took to the stand to testify on House Bill 1002. That bill would increase the consequences for those who were involved in hazing. 19-year-old Sam Martinez died from alcohol poisoning at a WSU fraternity event in November of 2017. Since his death, his parents have become advocates for anti-hazing efforts. They've helped pass other laws and are now supporting House Bill 1002. They pushed for the same thing last year, but it didn't make it through the legislature. If passed, the law would reclassify the crime of hazing from a misdemeanor to a gross misdemeanor and even a Class C felony in cases involving substantial bodily harm. It also adds felony hazing to the statutory list of crimes against persons and crimes of harassment.
Within hours of Sam's death, members called an emergency meeting to get their stories straight and agree among themselves to say that there had been no forced drinking.
My concern is that this bill is redundant. It already encompasses behavior that is already criminalized under the Manslaughter 2 law and the Assault 3 law.
And the committee will reconvene to vote on this next Thursday. AAA says the national average for a gallon of regular gas is now coming in at $3.30. That is up 2 cents from last week and equal to the average from a year ago. However, prices remain much higher here in the inland Northwest. Washington is still averaging $3.99 per gallon and $3.58 in Spokane County. Idaho is 7 cents higher than the national average at $3.37. But if you're near Kootenai County, you might want to fill up there. Its prices average $3.19 a gallon, according to AAA. Used car prices have dropped, and according to Edmunds, the reason is the increased supply of new cars. Experts say the decline includes higher interest rates, making it more expensive to finance a car and limiting demand. Today's average used car price is about the same as the average new car price in 2010. The price of older used cars has fallen 15% or more from their peaks in early 2022. Since the start of the pandemic, car prices have been soaring. The Consumer Price Index shows it was up 45% in the 12 months ending in June of 2021. Now, CarMax says high prices and high interest rates create an affordability issue, hurting demand. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:36. Let's send things back over to Mark Peterson. And again, a pretty mild day we're expecting today.
Really, we've got some low clouds, got some fog to the west of Spokane, also to the north. So again, you know the area you're going to look out and go, it's a little foggy. Allow extra time as you travel. We are going to see a little bit of winter weather move into the area tomorrow. We'll talk about what form it'll take here in Spokane. There are the lights, Cowley Park. Hey, your time is limited. We're going to be shutting those. I know it's mid-January, but just a heads up.
And coming up, I'll have details on a Spokane Valley fire levy the department says could result in fewer firefighters and slower response times if not passed.
And why a smartwatch feature designed for protection is causing a lot of unnecessary 911 calls from Schweitzer Mountain. When Good Morning Northwest continues.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
News Now and STCU are recognizing volunteers who make a difference in our community. Today we honor Michelle Grove.
As a volunteer board member, Michelle works tirelessly to ensure Styx diabetes programs can serve children now and for years to come.
It's a volunteer job, but it's so worth every minute we can put into it.
Michelle's been a volunteer with the Styx program for 7 years. Its mission is to help minimize the impact of diabetes for children and their families. Thanks to STCU for helping make sure volunteers count.
Hi, Kylie here with Dad at Parker Toyota. We know finding time during the busy week to schedule your service maintenance can be difficult. That's why we've expanded our hours. We're now open Sundays.
Schedule your oil change, brakes, and other maintenance needs at your convenience online, parkertoyota.com. Our highly trained technicians can get you in and out with our express service.
Experience the no-problem sales and service 7 days a week at Parker Toyota in Coeur d'Alene.
You heard what the doctor said, right, Dad? These pain meds, they're no joke. And this, it's an opioid. They can be very addictive.
But I need my strong pain medicine.
I know, Dad, I understand. Just make sure you only take what the pharmacist said. And keep it in this locking bag from the pharmacy so it's away from the kids.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'll put this in the locking bag.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Protect the people you love from opioid misuse. Lock up your medication.
This new year, Walker's Furniture and Drew Timmy are teaming up with the help of KXLY to give some person or family in need the gift of a better night's sleep.
My favorite color is purple.
Just go to KXLY.com and nominate the person or family who could use a new mattress. And on January 25th, we'll announce the winner.
Thank you, KXLY, for helping Walker's Furniture and myself spread the word for this great cause. Together, we can make a difference.
All right, welcome back. One of the cool features on many smartwatches is the fall detection feature. If the watch senses that its user was involved in a serious accident and may need medical assistance, it sends a call to 911. But that feature is also sending a lot of false alarms. On Saturday, the Bonner County Sheriff's Office reported 30% of its 911 calls it received came from smartwatches belonging to skiers on Schweitzer Mountain. Skiers and snowboarders go downhill at a high rate of speed. So if they lose their footing and crash, that could understandably cause the smartwatch to assume they're in trouble. Fortunately, according to the medical tent's knowledge, none of the alerts that were sent out on the mountain called for any serious medical attention, if any attention at all. In fact, management at Schweitzer didn't even realize this was happening.
The way I understand it is people were skiing and the watch was triggering automatically, but it was all unintentional, and it was just a regular day at Schweitzer. We didn't have an influx in injuries or anything else like that, so it was just a normal day on the hill for us.
Technology. Fortunately, it is pretty easy to disable this feature. All you got to do is go to the settings on your phone, click on Emergency SOS, and tap Turn Off Call After Severe Crash.
Had I worn a phone like that, it would have notified them that I had crashed. All right, your 10-second takeaway this morning. Cloudy and cool today. It's going to be an okay day. Got a few layers needed, perhaps. Go easy today. Could be a little patchy ice in places. 37 degrees for our high today.
Italian actress Gina Lollobrigida has passed away at the age of 95 in Rome. La Lolo, as she was known internationally, climbed to fame after World War II as the face of La Dolce Vita. She played Esmeralda in the 1956 Hunchback of Notre Dame, receiving higher billing than Anthony Quinn, who played Quasimodo. After her acting career, Lollobrigida worked as a photographer, a sculptor, a goodwill ambassador for UNICEF, and just last year ran for Italian Senate. Royal Caribbean says 17 migrants were taken aboard one of its cruise ships Saturday when it came across a small vessel that was adrift. Liberty of the Seas was on its way to the Bahamas at the time. A passenger says the captain announced they were diverting from their path to check on the vessel as required by maritime law. The cruise line says the crew safely brought them on board, gave them medical attention, and are working closely with the U.S. Coast Guard. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:42. We're back with Mark's full forecast coming up right after this break.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a 4-letter word.
I think we should hire more people.
Doc, I'm late for a meeting. I'm thinking of starting my own practice.
Do it. Too much capital.
We need a warehouse.
I can't imagine how we do that.
We should knock that wall down and expand.
Do it. There's always another wall beyond the wall.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
Country Homes Power, Spokane's #1 source for top-rated fireplaces and barbecues, is clearing out last year's inventory with discounts on gas, wood, and pellet stoves. It's the best time to get the fireplace or barbecue you have always wanted. Get to Country Homes Power today.
It's a new year and time for a new you. Come see the coolest cars, trucks, and SUVs at Max Auto Sports during the New Year New You sales event with rates starting at 1.9%. Cars from $199, trucks and SUVs from $299. Plus, Max lifetime powertrain warranty at no cost. Get what you really want with our best sale ever. Get $5,000 over KBB for your trade. Out with the old and in with the new you. Hurry, it all ends Tuesday, only at Max Auto Sports.
Over the thousands of personal injury cases we've won for our clients, often the person who was injured hesitates to get a lawyer at first for fear of hurting the at-ball party.
Don't wait to call Craig Swap & Associates. Craig Swap & Associates, one call, that's all.
Hi, my name's Tracy. I've been at Wallflowers just starting my 34th year. I think Wallflowers is a shop unlike most that you would find. We're unique in that we have designers on staff to answer your everyday type questions. Because I've been here a long time, I have some great return clients. It's not just a box store you would walk into and not get help. We pride ourselves in trying to help each and every person that walks through the door. And I think that sets us above other places that you might walk into.
Yeah, it's Globetrotter game time. Get ready for the Harlem Globetrotters 2023 World Tour. Presented by Jersey Mike Subs. All new, non-stop action, amazing basketball skills, 4-point shots, high-flying dunks, and more. Get tickets for the whole family, where you can be part of the action. Playing Spokane Arena and Beasley Coliseum January 23rd and 30th. Go to harlemglobetrotters.com/EastWA.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Inland Northwest RV Show and Sale.
Welcome back. The Spokane Valley community is expanding quickly. Over the last 10 years, the call volume has risen nearly 80%, putting a strain on the Spokane Valley Fire Department. Destiny Richards is in studio now with why the fire chief says it's time to renew funding on a maintenance and operation levy.
The Spokane Valley Fire Department is asking voters for help to continue life-saving work in the community. People living in a community near Spokane Valley say they're now seeing more car crashes and fires than ever before. And if the levy doesn't get passed, Spokane Valley Fire says it will have to lay off more than 60 people from the department. Less staffing means slower response times, and one Spokane Valley woman is concerned.
We can't depend on volunteers forever. You know, they're giving up their family time, and if they get hurt, they're not getting any help or support, which puts us back to another fallback.
If the levy passes, Spokane Valley Fire wants to hire more paramedic firefighters, firefighter EMTs, and more units to respond to calls. Taxpayers are set to vote on February 14th. The fire department will propose the levy again next August if it doesn't pass. For more information on the levy, including how it will affect taxpayers, you can see this story on KXLY.com. Reporting in studio, Destiny Richards, 4 News Now.
All right, Destiny, thank you so much. You are taking another live look over downtown Spokane here this morning. And, you know, we've been talking about a little bit of fog, like hanging out in the area. Visibility difficult in some places outside of the city, though.
We look at those areas, the West Plains beyond, you know, lower elevation, you know, some trapped areas there where it's a little colder. So we have more dense fog there, and people know what's going on there. So we just really want you to take it easy and allow for more time as you travel. Certainly if you're heading out west on 2, in around Ritzville, Moses Lake potentially, and then you get up into the Omak area between Colville and Omak, you're definitely going to see some fog there. It's not going to last all day, but certainly it's going to be around this morning. 37 degrees will be our high today. Again, that patchy fog is out there. Saw light amounts of fog coming into work this morning over at 5 Mile. Winds are going to be light all day long. Tonight, temperatures falling down to freezing, 32 degrees. Again, temperatures, this is about 7 degrees above average for this time of year. Winds are going to be light, more potential fog. As again, we have temperatures above freezing. We do have an evaporative effect that puts that moisture back in the atmosphere. It gets cold. We have the fog. Now, we look at the national satellite, got a couple things that are coming in that are going to be, you know, the Four Corners area. We talk about Arizona, Utah, Colorado, New Mexico. They're going to see quite a bit of winter weather coming in, lower elevation rains that are really going to soak some of those deserts. They're hoping that they're not going to see the flash flooding, but really that moisture going into the soil. There will be some flooding potential, however, with some heavier rains. Snows into the higher elevations are going to help fill up, again, some of those areas where they're so desperately dry and in drought. This will be of a positive effect, but it's not going to cure any drought issues there. We're going to see a continuation of winter weather into parts of the Great Lakes, but you go to the east side of the Great Lakes, it's going to be rain showers with maybe a little bit of snow up into areas of Maine, New Hampshire, things like that. 72-hour forecast now all stand over the Pacific, showing you the West Coast. We have, again, what is expected to be rain moving into our area for Wednesday. This is going to be Wednesday morning. This really looks to be I-90 north all the way to North Idaho, and then into the Central Basin. We're going to see the potential for rain, snow to the north, and then by 8 o'clock Wednesday, we'll have that front over us. That's going to bring in rain or snow, certainly that snow level falling to about 2,100 feet at times, and that's our world. And then high pressure builds in, and that's going to keep us dry as we go through the weekend. Temperatures right now looking pretty mild. I mean, 33 degrees, 34 into Coeur d'Alene. We see that all the way up to Bonners Ferry and St. Mary's. 25 into Pullman, so you're the cool spot on our area. Omak at 34 degrees this morning. So warming up today, yeah, we're going to be nearing 40 degrees. The Valley, Liberty Lake, Post Falls 37. Coeur d'Alene, you're going to see 36. We're going to see 37, but certainly in between, temperatures are going to be warmer. The planning forecast, yeah, we are definitely planning on seeing temperatures above average all the way into the weekend, where it will be at average with overnight lows into the mid-20s. So we get that mix tomorrow, rain or snow. Saturday, there's a chance, or the opportunity, I should say, of some light snow flurries, but it's at about a 20 to 30% chance right now. Not a big chance, not a guarantee, certainly. Tomorrow, we will see moisture. We will see rain, we will see mountain snows, but not a ton.
And he said not a ton that would accumulate. Right. So, all right, Mark, thank you. Good Morning Northwest time is just about 6:50. Your morning sprint is coming up next. Thanks so much for waking up with Good Morning Northwest. Here on a foggy Tuesday morning, we'll be right back.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Chewelah Casino. Those responsible for making our local roads and highways safe for winter travel would like to remind you that snow removal is an important, critical, and precise task. Please give the right-of-way to removal equipment so we can all get where we need to go quickly and safely.
Chewelah Casino continues to be the place that treats you right in 2023. Earn entries now by playing your favorite games to win a share of $8,600 cash and a big screen smart TV. Prize drawings start at 5 p.m. Saturday, January 28th. Sports betting, table games, food, and jackpots. Chewelah Casino, we are the place that treats you right. 100% non-smoking, north of Spokane on Highway 395.
Pure Filtration Products is your Inland Northwest indoor air quality specialist. With a 12,000 square foot warehouse of filters, you are sure to find what you need for your commercial, industrial, or manufacturing needs.
I recommend working with PFP because they have the product that I need.
PFP's high quality products can assist in eliminating airborne contaminants. PFP can size UV light to your system to disinfect the air to keep it clean and safe.
I recommend PFP because of their service, the quality of their product, and I'll keep coming back.
Call or come in and talk to one of our certified air filtration specialists.
Weather Alert Days on 4 News Now.
That means weather that could be a threat to your family's safety.
The First Alert Weather Team pinpoints the most impactful and dangerous days, warning you early, on air and online. Weather Alert Days, another way we're keeping you safe on 4 News Now.
Looking for quality and experience? Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic has been providing personalized care to their clients for over 30 years. Full dentures, implant attachments, repairs, fittings, adjustments, they do it all. With competitive costs and quality service, you'll leave Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic smiling.
Ironstone Furniture and Fire is making room for new inventory. For a limited time, you can create your ideal space and save on in-stock selections, sofas, chairs, tables, and more. Comfortable and beautiful furniture makes a house feel like home. Visit our showroom, Ironstone Furniture and Fire in Coeur d'Alene.
Winter weather means hazardous driving conditions. If you must travel, follow these guidelines to keep everyone safe. Slow down and keep a safe following distance. Use traction tires. Give snow and emergency vehicles the right of way. Carry an emergency kit. Brought to you by Lakes, Worley, Post Falls, and Eastside Highway Districts.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest morning sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
All right, 6:53 is your time. Let's get you ready to take on your Tuesday here in the morning sprint. Sydney Charles has breaking new details on the background of accused Moscow murder suspect Brian Kohberger. But let's get straight to Mark Peterson telling us about a cloudy and cooler day ahead of us.
Yeah, the key word there is cool, not cold. In our First Alert weather, we're waking up to what would normally be around our highs for the day. 34 into Coeur d'Alene, 33 into Spokane, and we do have some fog out there. Our highs today under a cloudy condition going to be 37. We're going to see 36 into Coeur d'Alene, 39 as you get down into areas of Pullman. Our next 12 hours certainly cloudy, mid-30s throughout much of the day.
And newly uncovered social media posts paint a clearer picture of who Bryan Kohberger was as a teen, years before he was charged with killing 4 University of Idaho students. The New York Times first reporting on posts believed to be written by Kohberger between 2009 and 2012, where he shared struggles with mental health. Kohberger writing in 2011, "As I hug my family, I look into their faces, I see nothing. It is like I'm looking at a video game, but less." Kohberger also writing he experienced depression, a constant thought of suicide, crazy thoughts, and delusions of grandeur. Kohberger also chatted with other users about a neurological condition called visual snow, where a person sees dots across their line of sight. He posted in 2010 saying, "My mind is never not on visual snow. This whole thing has made me feel crazy. I feel like my life is pointless because people can think about times with parents, childhood memories, and be happy, and I won't be able to." Kohberger is currently being held without bail and is due back in court on June 26th.
Well, the Spokane community gathered for the Martin Luther King Day Unity March, returning to downtown after a 2-year hiatus during the pandemic. The day of service started with a rally inside the convention center where young people took the stage to share that message of unity. Following the march, people gathered inside the convention center for a resource fair. There were other MLK Day events throughout the city. Lawmakers could address an 80-million-year-old issue in Washington, naming an official state dinosaur. If approved, the bill would make the Suchosaurus rex the state's official dinosaur. The discovery in 2012 was the only dinosaur fossil ever found in the state. It's named after Susha Island in the San Juans, where the fossil was discovered. Multiple sources say there could be more searches ahead for classified documents at locations connected to President Biden. Biden's team has searched a private office in Washington, D.C. and his 2 homes in Delaware. They found about 20 classified documents. The sources say more searches are possible, but it's not clear who would conduct them or where they would take place.
A local fire department is now asking voters for help to continue life-saving work in the community. Spokane Valley is expanding quickly, and Spokane Valley Fire wants to renew an existing levy to ensure fast response times on all urgent calls. Over the last 10 years, Spokane Valley Fire says the call volume has risen nearly 80%, putting a strain on firefighters. The fire chief says it's time to renew funding on a maintenance and operation levy to hire more units and medically trained firefighters. If the levy doesn't get passed, Spokane Valley Fire will have to lay off more than 60 people from the department. Less staffing means possibly slower response times. Taxpayers are set to vote on February 14th, and the fire department will propose a levy again next August if it doesn't pass.
Well, one of the cool features on many smartwatches is the fall detection feature. If the watch senses that its user was involved in a serious accident, it sends a call to 911, but the feature is sending a lot of false alarms from Schweitzer Mountain. On Saturday, the Bonner County Sheriff's Office reported 30% of its 911 calls came from smartwatches belonging to skiers on the mountain. If a skier or snowboarder falls, that could understandably cause the watch to assume they're in trouble. But according to the medical tent's knowledge, none of the alerts that were sent out on the mountain called for any serious medical attention. Well, police are investigating a shooting that left 8 people dead. It happened at a block party in Fort Pierce, Florida, where more than 1,000 people were celebrating Martin Luther King Jr. Day. No arrests have been made and no suspects have been named. Coverage on that shooting of the MLK Day event will continue next on Good Morning America. Well, AAA says the national average for a gallon of regular gas is now coming in at $3.30. That's up 2 cents from last week and equal to the average from a year ago. However, prices remain higher here in the inland Northwest. Washington still averaging $3.99 per gallon, $3.58 here in Spokane County. Idaho just 7 cents higher than the national average at $3.37. But if you're near Kootenai County, you might want to fill up there. Its price averages at $3.19 a gallon. That's according to AAA. Used car prices have dropped, and according to Edmunds, the reason is the increased supply of new cars. Experts say the decline includes higher interest rates, making it more expensive to finance a car, limiting demand.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
If your checking account isn't earning you money, it's time to switch to bonus checking from Numerica. The account that earns an incredible 2% annual percentage yield. That could earn you up to $500 every year or more.
The Spokane Ag Show returns to the Spokane Convention Center February 7th through the 9th. This exciting 3-day event features ag industry vendors, recertification courses, and informative seminars. Returning speakers include weatherman Art Douglas and WSU ag economist Randy Fortenberry. Park free at the Spokane Arena with free shuttle buses to and from the convention center. Visit agshow.org for detailed information and online ticket purchase. Meet, learn, and grow at the 2023 Spokane Ag Show.
Country Homes Power, Spokane's #1 source for quality hot tubs and swim spas, has truckloads arriving from the top American-made spa manufacturers just in time for spring. Now is the time to reserve your new hot tub or swim spa. Get to Country Homes Power today.
All right, good morning, everybody. Taking a live look out there. You see there's some cloud cover. It's not a bad start to the day. However, we are having temperatures that are 33 degrees right now. We'll be warming into the mid-30s throughout much of the day. Our high today, 37 degrees. As we look at the planning forecast, we're going to plan on seeing some rain or even some rain snow mixed at times tomorrow. 40 will be the high. Mountain snows into Idaho and certainly into the Colville area. That's going to happen in the morning. Then for the afternoon, we'll see that mix come our way. Thursday, 35. Friday, 37. Mid-30s for the weekend. Overnight lows into the mid-20s. Looking pretty good.
All right, Mark, thank you very much. And thank you for joining us here on Good Morning Northwest. We're back with updates throughout Good Morning America, which starts right